Lesson number 7 is how many leads do you actually need? You can reverse engineer that from your goal that you have. So, for example, if you know that a salesperson needs to bring in $480,000 this year, the average customer pays $80,000. So, a salesperson needs to close 6 customers. Their win rate is about 28.5%, so about 1 in 3.5, right? So, you know they need about 21 serious opportunities. And 1 in 5 of their conversations turn into a serious opportunity. So they need around 105 conversations, and 1 in 10 strangers becomes a conversation. So they need around 1,050 leads. So people that have shown interest. So that's 1,050 leads per year that they need to reach their target, ideally. And this is how you turn a money goal into a daily activity goal for your salespeople. And it's how you know if your pipeline is big enough to hit the forecast. And this is why it's important. Okay? A simple method to kind of do this in your head. If your win rate is 1 in 5, you need a pipeline that's 5 times the size of your goal. A 1 in 3 win rate means 3 times, and so on. You get the point, right? It's as easy as that. And by the way, if you need more leads for your pipeline, you can click the first link in the description, because that's exactly what we do. We can book sales calls for your sales team. You only pay us when the lead actually shows up, so it's completely risk-free. That sounds remotely interesting. Just click the first link. There's like a 3-4 minute video explaining exactly how it works, and then we can talk if it makes sense. All right, let's keep going. So lesson 8, meetings influence your win rate. And of course, win rate is important, because if your win rate is wrong, then your forecast will be wrong. Okay, this is why I'm covering this. Each meeting in a sales process is its own little hurdle. All right, each one has a chance that the deal survives to the next meeting. So your win rate equals the chance of surviving the meeting raised to the power of the number of meetings you have. So for small deals, 5 meetings on average, win rate around 20%, that works out to about a 72% chance of surviving each meeting. Okay, and for big deals, for example, you have 12 meetings on average. Your win rate is around 30%, so you have about a 90% chance of surviving each meeting. And here's why this matters, again, for forecasting. When the world gets perceivably scary, right? So a recession, or in this economy, nothing works, or a new boss at the customer's company that you're trying to close, your prospects want to add more meetings to feel safer. That's just how they work, okay? And more meetings means more chances to die, right? To not survive to the next step, which means a lower win rate, which means the forecast misses. And that's not what we want. Okay, so in one stretch, the average big deal win rate went from 30 to 18%. And the reason had nothing to do with bad salespeople or different script or different process. It's just that the meeting counts went from 12 to 16, which gave us more chances to fail. Okay, so track how many meetings each deal needs. And if that number is going up slowly, then your forecast is going to be wrong. So you can actually catch it before it gets too late, and you can train your salespeople to have fewer meetings, as few meetings as possible. That's your goal, always. Okay, and the next lesson is also important. Tiny problems compound into huge ones. Okay, getting a sales side has no built-in self-correction process. Okay, so if every step gets a little worse and nobody notices, then the final number that you get along each of these steps, the final number that you have at the end, drops exponentially. For example, if your lead to opportunity rate drops by 0.5%, and your opportunity to qualified opportunity drops also by 0.5%, and the qualified to 1 also drops, that's small numbers, right? It's just 0.5%. That's nothing. It's not even 1%, right? That won't do anything. Wrong. Multiply together each of these steps. Over a few months, your MRR, so monthly recurring revenue, can drop by half, even though it's just these tiny numbers. So this is why only looking at the final revenue number alone is dangerous, because you have to watch each conversion rate and every step each week. I'm going to explain why in the next lesson.